This is KHQ Nonstop Local at 5. This is a Nonstop Local Weather Alert.
And we are in a Nonstop Local Weather Alert. Good evening, I'm John Webb. We've seen incredibly high temperatures the past couple of days, some areas reaching triple digits. Ava Wainhouse is over in the Weather Center for us now. And Ava, we're starting to see a little bit of a cool down.
Yeah, that's the good news, John. So as we see some winds pick up, we're reaching some cooler temperatures. Current conditions right now about 90 degrees in Spokane. So it's still not a lot of improvement from the couple of days we've seen where we've been reaching the high 90s in those triple digits. 91 degrees in Coeur d'Alene. Sunshine across the board, but notice those winds in Spokane about 13 miles per hour right now. Now, high temperature since midnight. It was a lot of improvement. 91 degrees in Spokane. So we did drop a few degrees. 97 in Lewiston, 97 in Orofino, 90 in Sandpoint and Bonners Ferry, about 98 degrees in Tri-Cities, Yakima and Walla Walla. So those temperatures still in the lower 90s, higher 90 range, triple digits closer to Montana. Now, low temperatures tonight, we are getting some relief. 61 degrees in Spokane, about 62 in Coeur d'Alene, 67 in Tri-Cities, about 65 degrees in Yakima. Now, satellite radar shows how dry and sunny it was for us today. But as we get into our Sunday and our Monday, we're going to be under a fire weather watch. Now, high fire danger across the region. Fire watch wind gusts upwards of 35 miles per hour, low humidity as well. That's going to go into effect. Excuse me, I'm so out of breath. I was running across the newsroom on my way to the weather wall, so that's why. But we're going to be talking a lot about some higher winds when I see you back in a few minutes and when we're going to be in the clear. But we are expecting that nonstop local weather alert to continue into Monday, early as Tuesday. John?
All right, catch your breath, Ava. We'll see you in a few. And tonight we are in fire mode, and we're following the Newell Road fire burning in western Washington. The fire exploded last night to 30,000 acres. It was just 6,000 acres yesterday. The fire is 0% contained, and it started around 3:30 last night. Officials say multiple structures have been lost. On your screen right now are the evacuation maps. Multiple areas are either in level 1, level 2, or level 3. And tonight we're also following the Tyson fire burning in North Idaho. Yesterday, fire crews were able to build fire lines around 95% of the perimeter. The fire is burning around 50 acres and only 10% contained. The cause of that fire under investigation tonight. And with the fire risk across our region, firefighters are using brand new technology to map and track fires. Nonstop Local's Adam Schwager was in Priest Lake earlier today to learn more.
Good evening. I'm out here in the Idaho Panhandle National Forest out near Priest Lake, where crews today taught me how these drones are being used to help fight fires nationwide.
These drones, which have been in operation for 7 years, respond to high-priority fires across the country and are here right now to help crews fight the Gonzales fire, which currently sits at about 466 acres and 30% containment. Connected to a tablet, the drones have about a 2-mile radius from their launch location and can operate without a payload for up to 20 minutes. They help gather data that's used to assist boots on the ground, including conducting infrared mapping, scouting safe ways for fire crews to approach, and locating sources of water. People here told me these tools can improve firefighter safety.
We can identify a lot from the air. Access routes, possible containment lines, water sources, the intensity and movement of the fire, and we provide aerial reconnaissance and just sit above them to keep them safe.
Today, they gave me a live demonstration where they used IR mapping to identify a hotspot and called it out to people organizing boots on the ground.
One thing crews out here stressed to me is that if you fly, they can't. And flying your own personal drones over a wildfire area creates unnecessary risk. In Priest Lake tonight, Adam Schwager, Nonstop Local.
Across the world tonight, a massive wildfire is burning on the Greek island of Rhodes. It's forcing thousands of people to evacuate. Authorities have ordered evacuations at 4 locations, including 2 seaside resorts. Around 2,000 people have been evacuated so far. For days, the fire had been confined to a mountainous region, but strong winds have pushed it towards the populated coast. Authorities are warning there's a high risk of wildfires in other parts of Greece. It comes as temperatures are expected to hit triple digits. In a Crime Tracker alert, tonight a Spokane woman indicted on wire and fraud charges. She reportedly stole hundreds of thousands of dollars. 25-year-old Carol Casilla pleaded not guilty to the federal charges on Wednesday. Casilla is accused of stealing more than $715,000 from Spokane Dermatology Clinic. If convicted, she could face 20 to 30 years in prison and pay up to $1 million in fines. Well, caught on camera tonight, Spokane police collaborating with Sacred Heart on an active shooter training. Providence put on the active shooter drill to be prepared for any scenario they hope never happens. Multiple officers and Providence staff participated. Corporal Nick Briggs with Spokane Police says their goal isn't to worry people, but to have them be prepared in case the unimaginable happens.
We don't want people to be fearful as they're out and about, but we also have to confront the realities of the world we live in and that there are threats that we need to be prepared for. What we know is that preparation can minimize the amount of lives that are lost in a tragic incident.
Tonight, Sacred Heart says their goal is to maximize the safety of their patients. Well, we are your nonstop local election headquarters, and come this August, Cheney could have a new city pool. The city council is asking voters to approve a $13 million bond that would pay for the new pool. It would offer swimming lessons and a new locker room. Voters would pay about 53 cents per $1,000 of their home value. It's on the ballot this August 1st. And looking ahead to this coming Wednesday, Nonstop Local KHQ is hosting a Spokane mayoral debate. It's focused exclusively on the homeless crisis, the candidates on the problem and their solutions. Join us Wednesday right here at 6:30 or by downloading the Nonstop Local app. Your chance to hear from your candidates on one of the biggest issues facing Spokane right now. A mountain bike accident leaves a Coeur d'Alene elementary teacher dead. The school district says Clark Campbell was in an accident Tuesday while up in the mountains. He taught at several Coeur d'Alene elementary schools for over 3 decades. The district says he was a husband and father of 2 daughters. In a statement, the district said, quote, "He will be missed by so many inside our district and out. We offer our heartfelt condolences to Clark's family, friends, and all who knew him." Across America tonight, the Justice Department is getting ready to sue the state of Texas. The lawsuit is over the floating barrier the state put into the Rio Grande River. The Biden administration told the state that the barrier was unlawful and posed a risk to public safety if it wasn't removed. It's the latest in the state's multi-billion-dollar operation to secure the border of Mexico. Tonight, the Biden administration says illegal border crossings have declined since pandemic-era asylum restrictions expired. Well, if you're a pilot and planning to retire this year, you might have to hold off. The House approving a new FAA rule that would raise the retirement age from 65 to 67. This comes as the country deals with a significant shortage of pilots. Some members of Congress expressed concern that the change could compromise standards and passenger safety. But the Rules Committee blocked an amendment that would have brought a halt to the change. The Regional Airline Association expressed support for the legislation. It says it would help the airline industry retain experienced pilots who could mentor the new ones. Well, we are sharing the good tonight, and most love pizza, and apparently so does Jack Black. The actor was seen at Hometown Pizza and Pasta in Okanagan County on Thursday. Black's father lives in Tonasket, and the owners of the pizza place say Black and his family have supported local business for decades. Good for him. Still much more to come tonight on Nonstop Local at 5. It's not a scene from Titanic, but a scene from Fenway Park as flooding hits the ballpark. We'll show you the video coming up. But first, Ava will be back with your full weather forecast, keeping an eye on that fire risk across our area as Nonstop Local at 5 continues. Well, caught on camera tonight, this is not a scene from the Titanic, but it's a scene from historic Fenway Park in Boston. The storm brought flash flooding to the city. You can see all the water pouring down the steps and into the concourse. It forced the Red Sox game to be suspended. Thankfully, no injuries to report tonight, and play resumed at the ballpark this afternoon. Across America, a Maryland man shot and killed by police after reportedly stabbing 4 people. Officers were called into the Aspen Hill area and found people with stab wounds at multiple locations. They were transported to the hospital with serious injuries. According to authorities, the suspect confronted an officer who fired multiple rounds. The suspect died at the scene. Tonight, police are still investigating but believe it was a random attack.
Completely random. We have not found a connection In our interviews with the victims so far, we have not found a connection or recognizing this individual. Again, we're very preliminary right now. That can always change, but that is what we're being told right now.
Police say one woman was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries, but all of the victims are expected to recover. Tonight, police in Pennsylvania believe a body found in the Delaware River is a child who went missing during a deadly flood last weekend. Police said a child matching the description of 2-year-old Maddie Shields was located near the Philadelphia wastewater disposal plant. Matilda Shields and her 9-month-old brother Conrad Shields went missing in Bucks County last week when severe flooding claimed the lives of 5 people. Tonight, rescuers are still processing the grief.
This has been an extremely intense and emotional time for the family and for our first responders. And for the community and all our hearts are broken this evening. Although Maddie was found 32 miles away from where she was lost, she has never been closer to all of our hearts as she is now.
Rescuers were back on the river today searching for the 9-month-old boy who is still missing tonight. There's new information about the man accused of killing at least 3 sex workers in New York State. Rex Herman is on suicide watch in his jail cell. Extra cameras are monitoring him. This weekend, police continue to search his home. They're looking for more evidence to connect him to other unsolved murders. He was arrested after DNA linked him to the first 3 murders. Tonight, no word on additional charges. Across the world tonight, a water pipe burst leaves 4 people dead and several injured at a mall in Russia. Officials say a hot water pipe burst in western Moscow. Video shows hot water flooding the building and steam escaping through a doorway. The mall houses at least 150 stores. Tonight, no word on if an investigation is ongoing. All right, time for a quick break here on Nonstop Local at 5, but stick around. Sports is right after the break. And we have one more thing to tell you about before we go tonight. With Barbie now in theaters, a plastic surgeon in New York is offering a Barbie and Ken special.
Dr. Scott Blyer is offering full body makeovers to make you look like Barbie and Ken. The prices, though, might bring you back to reality. The full Barbie makeover costs $120,000. The Ken makeover goes for $110,000.
Wow. So far, there have been at least 3 surgeries scheduled for the Barbie makeover and just 1 for the Ken makeover. Just what do you think you've reported it all? I mean, a Ken Barbie plastic surgery?
I think we're all beautiful the way we are. $120,000 to look like Barbie.
I wonder if he walked like Ken, too.
Yeah, he just makes you really stiff.
Yeah.
Just nails through your arms. Well, I mean, 3 people want that. I don't think we're any of those 3 at all. But, you know, who knows? I mean, if you want to look like Barbie for the rest of the summer, you can. It's going to be good weather for it, I guess. I don't know. Forecast highs tomorrow. Let's take a look. We're still under that weather alert. Tomorrow, we are cooling down just a little bit. 95 degrees in Spokane. The good news, tomorrow's going to be one of the last hottest days we see for a little bit because we are going to be taking a plunge as we see hot, winds increase upwards of 20 to 35 miles per hour. Humidity 15 to 25%. So that is why all day Monday, we're going to be going into a fire watch in effect again from Monday late morning, afternoon until Monday night around 11 p.m. We're going to be under that beige color for the fire watch. That could turn to a red flag warning. We'll keep an eye on that for you. That's going to be in effect Yakima, Tri-Cities, Walla Walla, Central Washington. Now we are going to be remaining under a weather alert Sunday and Monday until those weather alerts expire. Coasting through the rest of the week, 80 degrees. Heating up to about 85, 86 by next weekend.
Good time to sit out the pool and look your best Ken and Barbie
exactly
looks for the summer.
Full Barbie look.
We'll see you at 6.